As we have mentioned in our previous lecture, where we have discussed about the some basics of requirements and basic features of the statistical mechanics, at the end of that lecture, I have mentioned that we have to apply some concepts of probability, ideas of probability to understand the statistical mechanics. Why? Because the number of particles are very huge. We cannot apply a simple mathematics to understand it. So before we go further, we have to understand what is a probability of an event. This we all know, but I'm going to refresh this. Probability of an event is equal to number of ways which leads to an event of interest divided by total number of equally likely possible ways. For example, the probability of coming head up is equal to probability of coming tail up is equals to half. Means one is, if we are talking about the probability of head coming up, then number of ways leading to event of interest will be 1, because if we toss a coin, either head will come or tail will come. So if head comes, then the number of which leads to event of interest will be equal to 1. And what are the total number of ways, equally likely ways possible? That will be total ways will be equal to 2, either head or tail. So that will be 1 by 2. This is a simple example. This we have studied also in our in the primitive classes. Let's talk about a simple case of a box divided into two equal size compartments. We have considered a box divided into two equal sized compartments. Let's take an open box having equal sized compartments. Particle is thrown in either of the compartment. In this case, I'm using a word called a priori probability of particle going into any of the two compartments is equal. I'm repeating that in this case, a priori probability of a particle going to any of the compartment is equal. So what does it mean? A priori means something which exists in our mind prior to and independently of experience. That we already know that if we have a box and a box is divided into two different compartments, then we we already think in our mind that the single particle can go in either of the compartment. This is a priori probability of a particle, that we think think something before we think before the experiment which is happening. So in this experiment, the probability of the particle going in a particular compartment is equal uh, to the probability of its going to the another compartment. This principle is assuming equal probability for such like events is known as principle of equal a priori probability. So what is equal a priori probability? That something which exists in our mind prior to and independently of experience, and assuming equal probability for such likely events is known as the principle of equal a priori probability, or in this case it will be equal to half, because particle can go to either of the compartment. If say it is going to first compartment, so it will be the probability will be 1 by 2, and if it is in the second compartment, then also the probability will be 1 by 2. So this is a kind of principle which we use in the statistical mechanics, because in this case we will set our mind before experiment that this can be happen. So according to that, we'll have a principle of equal a priori probability. So this is a case when we are talking about the case of a box divided into two equal size compartments, and we have put a single particle in that, and on the basis of that we have defined some probability which we have which we called equal which we called a priori probability, or principle of equal a priori probability. Now, the concept changes or modified when when we have to distribute four distinguishable particles into compartments. Now, this is one A, B, C, D particles, and we have to distribute these four particles in these two compartments. This is very interesting case, and on the basis of this particular concept we can define the microstates and the macrostates. These are the very interesting concepts. Now look at this very carefully. uh, when we talk about the compartment, let's talk about the compartment first. The compartment is exactly alike. The property of this compartment is that these compartments are equally exactly alike, and the four particles which we have taken, red, blue, green and yellow, they are distinguishable particles. Now if we look at the particles, then the particles have equal probability of going to either of the compartment, and that will be equal to obviously half. Okay. On the basis of this, the distribution of four particles in two compartments can be done like this. We have 0 4. 0 4 means in first compartment we have 0 particle, in the second compartment we have 4 particles. Similarly, we have 1 3. In first compartment we have one particle, and in the second compartment we have 3 particles. Similarly, 2 2. 2 2 means 2 particles in compartment 1, 2 particles in compartment 2. Similarly, 3 1 and 4 0, and so on. These are the basic these are the specification of the particles in each compartments, and the specification of the number of particles in each compartment of the system is known as macrostate. These are basically macrostates: 0 4 1 3 2 2 3 1 4 0, under the condition that the total number of particles should be equal to 4. Then these different specifications are known as the macrostates. Now, macro means to look at the thing superficially. Superficially, what we have done, we have just distributed four particles in 1 0 in first, 1 3 2 2 3 1 4 0, and so on. But as we go inside this compartment, we'll have different arrangements, and we have different arrangements in various macro states. For example, if we look at this 4 0, then we have four particles A, B, C, D, and what we have done, we have distributed A, B, C, D in compartment first, and the second compartment is free. When we talk about 3 1, then what we will do, we have A, B, C in first compartment, D in the second compartment. We have four combination. We have A, B, D in first compartment. Second compartment contains C particle, A, C, D, B, B, C, D, A. So we have four different kind of possibilities and arrangements in a particular macro state. Similarly, when we talk about 2 2, we have ACBD, ADBC, BCAD, BDAC, CDAB, and so on. 1 3, we can just change, we have one particle in compartment first, and correspondingly we have arrangements in the second compartment. So on the basis of this, the distinguishability of the particle, we can have these kind of arrangements. These kind of arrangement, different arrangements of the particle in a given macro state, these are called microstates. Micro means we have to look inside the system. When we go more inside the system, then these kind of different arrangements are there in a particular macro state, and these arrangements are known as the microstates. Okay. On the basis of the macro state and the micro state, we define some frequency that is called W, and that frequency is also known as the thermodynamic probability. Thermodynamic probability is nothing, it is just a number of microstates in a given macro state. So number of microstate in a given macrostate means we have one microstate in this 40 macrostate. So thermodynamic probability will be equal to 1. Then we have 4 different microstates in a given macrostate. So we have W equal to 4. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 arrangements in this macrostate. So its frequency W will be equals to 6. Similarly 4 and 1. So what is the thermodynamic probability? Thermodynamic probabilities is calculated as the number of microstates given in the particular macrostate. Now in this article, or in this particular chapter, we are interested to calculate, to understand the microstates and macrostates which we have done. Now we are going to define the probability of a macrostate. Probability of a macrostate is nothing, it is just a frequency divided by total number of microstates. If we calculate the total number of microstates, just calculate it, then the total number of microstate will be equal to 16 microstates. So here there will be 16 in the denominator always, if we under the condition that we have to distribute 4 particles into 2 compartments. So in this case, where we have 4 particles should be distributed into compartments, the microstates, total number of microstates will be always 16. On the basis, when we calculate these total microstates, this will come out to be 16 microstates. So now what about the frequency probability of macrostate? It is just frequency divided by the total number of microstate. If we have to calculate the probability of say 40, probability of macrostate 40, frequency is 1. So we will have 1 here and divided by 16. So the probability of macrostate is 1 by 16. Similarly 3-1. In the 3-1 case, the frequency will be 4. So it is 4 by 16. Similarly in 2-2 case, we have 6 by 16. 1-3 case, we have 4 by 16, and so on. So this is all about the concept of the macrostate and the microstate, which is very important regarding the in the statistical mechanics. In statistical mechanics, we first calculate the macrostates, in which we look for the specification of the number of particles in each compartment, and then we go for the different arrangement of the particles in the particular compartment or in the particular macrostate, and these are known as the microstates.